Hey guys, what's up? MadSeason here, back with another video for you. With patch 7.2, we'll finally be able to fly in the Broken Isles. To do this, we need to get 2 achievements, so in this video, I'll go over how to do just that to get you airborne as soon as possible. Keep in mind that this is pretty early on into the PTR, so some stuff is still being tinkered with. For the most part though, this should get to live servers without any huge changes. So, to get flying, you have to get the Broken Isles Pathfinder achievements. They're split up into 2 parts, parts 1 and 2. Part 1 you can do right now before 7.2 launches, so I recommend you knock it out to get a head start. I'll cover that soon, but first I want to talk about Part 2 since it was just added to the PTR, and I'm sure it's what most of you are interested in. For this one, you have to have completed Part 1 of the Broken Isles Pathfinder achievement and the following 5. Explore the Broken Shore, Defender of the Broken Isles, Legionfall Commander, and Breaching the Tomb. Explore the Broken Shore is pretty self-explanatory. You just need to fully uncover the Broken Shore map, walking over all of the brown patches. To get to the Broken Shore, upon logging into the game at 7.2, Khadgar should holler at you to come meet him at Crassus Landing in Dalaran. From there, he'll send you on a short 20-minute scenario where you once again assault the Broken Shore and try to take back the island. And after you complete that, the Broken Shore will be unlocked for you, allowing you to fully explore it. For the Defender of the Broken Isles, you need to knock out those new Legion assaults. Periodically, one of the following 4 zones will get attacked by the Burning Legion, and that's Asuna, Vel'Shara, High Mountain, and Stormheim. When it happens, you'll notice a green portal icon over the zone, and upon entering it, you'll get a quest to complete 4 special assault world quests in the area. These are very similar to your normal world quests, except that they're just themed after the assaults. Go to this area and clear out demons, go kill this big elite demon, and so on. Upon completing 4 world quests, you'll get a follow-up quest that concludes with a 3-person scenario where you take out the commander of the invasion. So, for the Defender of the Broken Isles achievement, you have to do it in each of these 4 zones. Right now in the PTR, they pop up a few times a day, cycling between the zones. They last for a few hours, and there's a few hours of downtime between them. So it'll depend on your schedule on when you're able to catch them, but for most people, you should be able to knock it out within a few days max. Next up is the Legionfall Commander. For this one, you have to earn Exalted status with the new faction of 7.2, the Armies of Legionfall. You unlock this by unlocking the Broken Shore, which I explained earlier. This faction is a culmination of every other class's Order Hall campaign working together to defeat the Legion in the Tomb of Sargeras. Leveling it is very similar to the other Broken Isles factions. The Broken Shore also has world quests, and those give you rep with the Armies of Legionfall, just like the other zones give you rep with their respective factions. They are also adding an emissary quest for the Armies of Legionfall, and I'm sure the Kirin Tor emissary quest will allow you to pick a Legionfall rep token. And you of course have your classic quests, which you get from Deliverance Point, which is the main hub of the Broken Shore. This leads into our next and final achievement for Part 2, and that's Breaching the Tomb. For this one, you have to complete the Legionfall campaign. Much like the other zones, the Broken Shore has its own set of story quests, and it's nothing too out of the ordinary. Go here, click on that, kill that, etc. And you have some more time-consuming ones, such as complete 12 world quests on the Broken Shore, or to defeat the final boss of the new dungeon, the Cathedral of the Eternal Night, which you can queue for in the Dungeon Finder, by the way. To easily keep track of all of this, in your quest log you'll have a section named the Legionfall campaign. If you do get lost, however, once it's on Wowhead, I'll be adding a link to the questline in the description so you can get back on track. And that's it for the Part 2 of the Broken Isles Pathfinder. It'll be fairly time-consuming, and that's mainly due to the Exalted grind with the Armies of Legionfall. I imagine it'll be at least a couple of weeks after the patch hits before you start seeing people airborne. So, onto Part 1, which once again, you can knock out now on live servers. Much like Part 2, this achievement is split up into 5 sub-achievements, and you'll probably have already completed most of it just by playing the game. First up, we have the Broken Isles Explorer. For this one, you have to explore the 5 Legion questing zones. Just uncover all of the map in Asuna, Vel'Shara, High Mountain, Stormheim, and Suramar. Next is Variety is the Spice of Life. For this one, you have to complete 100 different world quests. Once again, you get this just by playing the game, but keep in mind that it says 100 different world quests. Completing the same one doesn't count. You of course unlock world quests by hitting level 110 and completing the Uniting the Isles quest that you get from Khadgar and Dalaran. This just requires some reputation with some of the factions of the Broken Isles, which brings me to the next achievement, the Broken Isles Diplomat. This one requires you to get revered with all 6 of the original factions of the Broken Isles, the Court of Ferrandis and the Wardens of Asuna, the High Mountain Tribe of High Mountain, the Dreamweavers of Vel'Shara, the Valor Jar of Stormheim, and the Nightfallen of Suramar. The only way to really level these factions is by doing quests and world quests in the zone that they're tied to, and it's something you'll generally have by the time you get the 100 different world quests achievement. You get new world quests every 4 hours, so make sure you knock them all out, and if you have to pick and choose, go for the blue or elite quests. These give you more rep than the standard common level quests, so put a focus on those if you can. Next up is the Glorious Campaign. For this one, you have to complete your class Order Hall campaign up until the point to where you get your 3rd artifact relic slot. You start this chain very early on in the leveling process, at level 101 or so, and it requires you to complete objectives in the world, complete Order Hall missions, run dungeons, and much more. The only thing that'll slow you down really are the Order Hall mission parts, since you can't make those go faster. Everything else though, you can grind out as fast as you want. And the last achievement for part 1 is the Loremaster of Legion, where you have to complete all of the major storylines of Legion. This is the one that people have the most trouble with because they lose track of where they are in the quest chains. If this happens to you, what I always recommend is using Wowhead's completion tool to get you back on track. I'll have a link to this in the description, but the way this works is that you load your character onto Wowhead, and it'll give you a handy list of everything you need to complete for every part of the achievement, not just the Loremaster. Just click on whatever achievement you're missing and check out the comments from there because people usually have a detailed breakdown of what quests lead where, and where they're located if you lose track. As of this video, this only works for part 1 of the Pathfinder achievement, but I'm sure it'll be updated for part 2 soon. And with that, you should have completed the Broken Isles Pathfinder parts 1 and 2 achievements and unlocked flying along with it. This is an account-wide achievement, so every single one of your characters will also be able to fly. And if you've switched main characters or something between parts 1 and 2, you can complete them on separate characters since achievements are account-wide now. So you don't have to do any achievements over again if you already knocked them out on one character. And just like the Draenor Pathfinder, you can even fly before level 110, which will speed up the leveling process by a ton if you want to level some alts. So that's about it. After you unlock flying, you should get a follow-up quest in your Order Hall to unlock your class-specific flying mount. These are unique to each class and they're pretty straightforward. It's all solo content and it takes you around 30 minutes depending on your class. If there's any interest in it, I might end up making a whole 7.2 mount video that shows every mount introduced in 7.2, not just the class ones. It might be appropriate since some of you might be interested in the new mounts once you unlocked flying, so let me know if you would like that or not. That's all I have to say though. I hope you found the video helpful, like it if you liked it, and thanks for watching. Peace.